Stop right now and ask yourself, what is the single thing in this life that no person, no event, and no tragedy can ever take from you? The answer is the key to true freedom. It belongs to the story of a man who managed a fine dining experience in the heart of the frantic city of Ethelberg. His name was Victor, and he didn't just manage a bistro, he engineered a culture. Ask Victor how his day was going, and you didn't get a casual reply. You got a declaration delivered with beaming sincerity. If I were any more blessed, I'd have a twin brother. His optimism wasn't a performance, it was a core operating system. Waitstaff would consistently abandon high-paying positions just to secure a spot working under him. When he transitioned to run the exclusive Pinnacle Room, his entire core team followed without hesitation. They didn't chase the location or the money. They followed the unwavering spirit of Victor. He was the absolute master motivator. If a server stumbled or if a customer's venom had drained their energy, Victor was instantly there. He didn't just offer comfort. He offered immediate, radical redirection. He showed them how to strip the failure bare, claim the vital lesson, and pivot straight toward the positive, undeniable future. His unshakable nature was a riddle I needed to solve. One late evening, after the last table was cleared, I stood before him and laid down the challenge. Victor, I don't believe it. No human can sustain this level of positivity. It's a facade. How do you maintain it? How is it possible? Victor didn't smile. He radiated. It is deceptively simple, he stated, his voice the very sound of conviction. Every single dawn, the moment my eyes open, I conduct an inventory of choice. I say to myself, Victor, you are granted two options today. I can choose to inhabit a good mood, or I can choose to dwell in a bad mood. I have chosen consistently to embrace the good mood. He pressed the point further. When disappointment strikes, I face another split path. I can choose to be a helpless victim of circumstance, or I can choose to extract the education and elevate my perspective. I always choose to learn and ascend. And when someone approaches me trying to drench the room in cynicism and complaint, I have my final choice. I can accept their negativity and let it compromise my day, or I can powerfully point out the radiant, brighter side of their very existence. I always choose to champion the positive side. But surely that philosophy cracks under real pressure, I insisted. Victor's gaze was absolute. No, he declared. Life is defined by choice. When you incinerate the fear, the drama, and the self-pitying narrative, every single scenario on Earth collapses down to one thing: your sovereign reaction. You choose how you metabolize the setback. You choose how much authority you grant others over your inner peace. You choose your emotional state. Your life is nothing more and nothing less than the sum of your powerful, minute-by-minute choices. Years later, a cold, sickening shockwave traveled through the community. Victor had been shot. In an unthinkable lapse, he had left a service door unlocked at his new metropolitan restaurant. He was ambushed by armed men during the morning deposit. When his hand, paralyzed by fear, failed to turn the safe dial, they fired. Victor was discovered barely clinging to life. After a miraculous 18-hour surgical marathon and weeks of grueling intensive care, he was released. Bullet fragments remained near his spine, a constant painful reminder of the trauma. I finally tracked Victor down 6 months later. When I asked him the inevitable question, the one he'd taught me to ask, he boomed the reply, "If I were any more blessed, I'd be twins. Want to witness the scars of a survivor? I needed to understand the mechanics of survival. Victor, when you were lying there bleeding out on the cold floor, what was the decisive thought that saved you?" He closed his eyes, recalling the moment of ultimate testing. After the instant panic, after the pain, I remembered my own decree. Even as I bled, I had two final sacred options. I could choose to surrender to the darkness and die, or I could choose to fight for the light and live. I chose to live. But the fear, I pressed, didn't the fear overpower you? Victor nodded slowly. I was terrified. The paramedics were incredible, but when they wheeled me into the trauma room and I saw the stripped, honest expressions of the doctors, I saw the truth. Their eyes said, "He is already a casualty." I realized I was about to be treated like a corpse, not a patient. I had to seize the narrative immediately. What did you do to seize control? A nurse was shouting the essential intake questions, he recounted. She demanded to know, "Are you allergic to anything?" I managed to gasp out a single life-altering word, "Yes." The entire team froze, waiting for the critical medical answer. Victor took a ragged, monumental breath and screamed his answer into the stunned room. "Bullets." He let their shocked silence dissolve into a wave of nervous laughter, and in that moment of levity, he issued his command. "I am choosing to survive. Please, operate on me with the assumption that I am fiercely alive, not fading away." Victor lived, not just because of medical brilliance, but because of his radical, uncompromising commitment to choice. This is the life-altering lesson. Every day you are the final authority on your existence, the one true, unstoppable power you possess, that no robber, no recession, no sickness, and no betrayal can ever touch, is your attitude. Master that, and I guarantee you everything else in your life will fall into brilliant, manageable place. This is the key to freedom. Thank you for watching, and stay empowered by your choice.